seeking permission for the worship of Ma Shringar Gauri that is inside the Gyan Vapi mosque was maintainable in the court of law. Their petition will be heard now on the 22nd of September. Meanwhile, the Anjuman Intizamiya Committee that represents the Muslim side is set to move the High Court. As per reports, there are reports coming in that the Hindu side may seek now a court-mandated survey inside the disputed premises and demand an investigation into the shivling which was found in the Wuzu Khana area of the Gyan Vapi mosque. What does this verdict mean? Why it is being called as a watershed or a historic verdict? Can it have any ramification or fallout on similar controversial or contentious cases? Let's open it up for discussion. Advocate Khushbu Jain, senior lawyer with us, Sumit Peer, political commentator with us, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, representing the Impar panel with us, KV Dhananjay, advocate of the Supreme Court, also with us. Major Mohammed Shah, end of the day, of course, when it comes to the 1991 Act also, it's under the purview of the Apex Court. They are looking, of course, at various sides. Many petitions have been filed against it as well. But talking really about the verdict of the day, there's a lot of fear-mongering also which is taking place. Many reactions have come in which say that this verdict could destabilize the country. What would you say today? End of the day, what is really needed is to find a middle path as well. Peace and prosperity paramount, but at the same time, what's wrong in trying to look at what the history says and, as I said earlier, rectifying historic wrongs?
Meenakshi, I truly appreciate the fact that you are conducting this debate in a very, very fine, mature, level-headed manner, and you spoke about the middle path, which is very, very important in today's world, especially to exist today. Now, you know, the Places of Worship Act of 1991, which says that whatever was the status quo of the place of worship on 15th August 1947 should be maintained. So initially when this news broke out and when there was this major debate happening, I, for example, thought, where's the debate? Where's the matter? Why is the court even hearing it? It's all very, very clear. It's clear. Where's the ambiguity here? But slowly and gradually, as I studied further and observed the case further, I got to know that the ambiguity is that people are contesting that the whole thing was, it was a temple apparently before 15th August, or, well, if that was the case, then I'm very curious, like Smith just said that, you know, until 1993, if I'm not mistaken, Smith said something like that. I see it's very easy to sit on a TV panel and talk. A Hindu can say it was a temple, a Muslim can say it was a mosque, and both can argue and both can debate. But ultimately, the matter is sub judice in the court and should not be looked upon as a one-day cricket match that who won, who lost, and so far the first innings so-and-so won, so-and-so lost, and the ruling was in so-and-so's favor. In judiciary, it happens many times. The judiciary gives the favoring. Ultimately, it takes time to understand what it was, and the Supreme Court will give a very... So even Muslims, for that matter, should not get disheartened by today's ruling, for that matter, that, you know, already security has been beefed up. In Varanasi, there's Section 144 imposed.
Security, you're right about that. Security has been beefed up, 144 imposed. In the morning, we'd seen how the city of Varanasi had turned literally into a fortress.
Agree with Mohammed to talk about that. Let there be a proper trial. No, why are you abstaining? Why are you barring that? Let there be a trial only per se, or let you know, court do not investigate.
Major Mohammed Shah, would you say it's also time for both sides perhaps to give up rigid views on the same, even for the Muslim side? Because you just heard what, you know, one of the top CEOs had to say. They say that we are not laying claim over each and every mosque. We're just speaking of three very important, key and critical areas which are core to the Hindu belief. And if there were historic wrongs, what's so wrong in looking back perhaps as to what happened in the past?
Right, Meenakshi, you know, I will tell you the vibe of one WhatsApp group today, and there it was said that, you know, whatever the wordings came today of the court, so someone wrote, oh, as expected. Now, it's too early to say anything as expected or not. In fact, we have senior lawyers over here from the Supreme Court also. They would know better that in judiciary, you can never say till the end. In the beginning, it might appear that so-and-so, the first round goes to so-and-so, second round, you never know. So the court is the best judge. They will have all the evidence. They will have video footage. They will have whatever it takes actually to give out a ruling. And whatever ruling it gives, ultimately, has to be respected. It has to be respected by anyone and everyone. Whether they like it or not, they have to actually honor that. And my appeal to you, to the nation, through your channel and through you, Meenakshi, is please resort to peace. Please do not resort to violence. Please, even if you are in disagreement with a case, it will lead to making things worse. In fact, a middle path, a middle ground has to be brought out. I don't think that there is any problem in this world which cannot be solved if we actually sit down to actually attempt it, because I feel where we are not a failure until we fail to try. So it's very important to try to resolve any issue, and there's no issue which cannot be solved amicably together in one with a consensus, Meenakshi. So I am quite hopeful still. Despite today's verdict, I don't see it as a beating to Muslims. I don't see that they have taken a back seat. No, I feel there's still time. And let us see what happens and hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Because court would know best. They would, the judiciary, we have full faith in the judiciary. Whatever they give out a ruling, it would be based on substantial evidence. It would be well substantiated. And yes, one should honor that completely.